Hi guys, this is Niranjan Subramanya Hegde from Jivashastra Abhyasa. So today we are going to learn about the sexuality in organism. What we are going to learn? Sexuality in organism na kalita ideve. So this is continuation of the last part. So where we have left with one component, that is this component. We have studied two components, that is one is difference between asexual and sexual reproduction. Adon kaltideve. So another one is the stages of life cycle of an individual or an organism. Stages of life cycle of an organism na kaltideve. Okay, so today we are going to quickly study about the sexuality of an organism. Sexuality of an organism. So sexuality of organism, what it means? So based on the presence of male and female reproductive organs, the animals have been divided into different kinds of groups. Okay, like we are going to study that all the things. So first of all, I will take the individual, or we can consider, before going into the particular point, we are going to consider a small thing here. So that is, if an individual or an organism is undergoing the process of sexual reproduction, it has to produce sex cells or gametes in which one? In gonads. So ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ? ಗೋನಡ್ಸ್. ಗೋನಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ಸುವಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ an individual. Sexual reproductive organs of an individual. The gonads may be male gonad or a female gonad. It can be any one of them. Okay. So on the presence of the gonad in an individual, it has been divided into different kinds of or criteria. It has been made. ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಒಂದು ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ನೇಮಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ on the basis of this particular presence of gonads. Okay. Now so if we consider an organism, so that organism will be having, if the organism will be having both male and female, so it will be bearing both male and female reproductive sex organs. So then they will be called as what? So that particular individual will be called as bisexual individuals. They are called as what? Bisexual individuals, by two sex organs. Okay. So or it is also called as monoecious. It is also called as monoecious. So like that itself, so you might be having now a question will arise. If only one reproductive organ is present or one gonad will be present, so presence of one gonad. So if an organism has or presence of only one gonad, that is either male or female, either male or female, then that particular individual will be called as unisexual ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Unisexual ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Or dioecious, we call it as dioecious. Bisexual is both, unisexual is single gonad. Okay, this is what happens with every general organism. Every general organism is going to have this particular kind of sex organs or gonads, as we can call them. Okay, and next we will move to the particular individuals we are going to start with. We are going to start with the plants, the angiospermic plants. If the angiospermic plant has a male flower bearing, so I'll write here, male flower bearing stamens. stamens, then they are called as staminate. They will be called as staminate. If an individual, same thing, staminate ಅಂದ್ರೆ stamens ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು staminate ಅಂತ ಕರೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. So if female flower bearing carpels, then that particular individual will be called as, pistillate. Because it bears the pistil, right? Pistil ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನು ಬಂತು? ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಬಂತು, ಓವರಿ ಬಂತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಬಂತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಪಿಸ್ಟಿಲ್. ಅದು ಮೂರು ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪಿಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ that particular pistil, it comes under the pistillate ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So if an individual bears male and female, it is called as monoecious, right? For example ಕೊಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ನೋಡೋಣ. So what is the best example for that? The best example for these kinds of the plants which bears male and female in a single type of plant, they okay, best example mane maatagiro example coconut. Best example, we all know that coconut, right? So if an individual will have only one flower, either male or the female, either male or female, if they are having that particular thing, then they are called as what? Then they are known as dioecious type of individuals, means unisexual. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮನೆ ಮಾತಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಪಪಾಯ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್? ಪಪಾಯ. We can call it as. Okay, so this is what the sexuality in plants. Okay, sexuality in plants. We are going to next look into the sexuality in algae and fungi. So algae and fungi li ಯಾವ ತರ sexuality ಇದೆ? If an individual bears both the male and female reproductive organ, then they are known as, if they are having both male and female reproductive organ, then they are known as homothallic. So I'll write in red ink so you can easily understand. Homothallic. Why we call it as homothallic? Because thallus is the nature of algae and fungi. Okay, thallus. So homothallus, in a single thallus there will be dual gonads or dual sexual reproductive organs. That's why it is called as homothallic. If an individual in algae itself, it bears only single reproductive organ, then they are called as heterothallic. Because it will, hetero means two thallus which will be having two different kinds of. So one thallus will be bearing male reproductive organ, another will be bearing female reproductive organ. Same as that. So some of the individuals, so we will further move. So just we will move to the just a little higher organisms like Hydra. So they all be having the temporary structures which is only developed during the period of reproductive season or reproductive period anta karibodu. So the Hydra, if you take Hydra as an example, they are going to have the temporary reproductive structures which are only developed during the reproductive course. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ವೆನೆವರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೋ, ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ this particular individual will be having the reproductive structures. That's why they are having the temporary reproductive structures. And other than some of the animals which are higher than this, like liver fluke irbodu, like earthworm irbodu, they will be having the permanent reproductive structures. Example ಯಾವುದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? So permanent reproductive structures are those structures which are existing completely throughout their life. So from the beginning to the end. So whenever it is developed, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಾಯೋ ತನಕನೂ ಅದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. For example, all the higher individuals like liver fluke, then comes earthworm, and also human being. So mammals, all the mammals, human mammals you can consider. So all the mammals will be having these kind of permanent reproductive structures. So if that particular ಆಗಿ ನಾನು ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಲಿವರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಕು, ಅರ್ಥವರ್ಮ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ both of the male and female reproductive organs will be present on the same individual. Then they will be called as, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆವಾಗ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು, hermaphrodite ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. hermaphrodite. So ಯಾವಾಗ hermaphrodite ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? This individual, whenever this individual is going to bear, these type of individuals is going to bear both male and female reproductive structures. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ hermaphrodite ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? So when we go into the higher organisms, so if we go into the higher organisms like mammals ಇರಬಹುದು, reptiles ಇರಬಹುದು, so ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so there is no such thing as, so each individual is going to have both the sexual organs. ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ತರ. No, there will be no such things is going to happen. So what is going to happen then? So each individual will be bearing a single sexual reproductive structure. So that's why the higher individuals are always dioecious or unisexual. That means the higher individuals are, as I say, always they will be unisexual or dioecious, which bears either male or female reproductive structures. Okay, reproductive structure na bear ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೇ male or female. So then what they are called as? So ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮೇಲ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? So we call the male reproductive structure ಗೆ we call them as testis, and female reproductive structure is known as ovary. ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Testis and ovary we call it as. Testis as in male and ovary as in female. Both of them together called as gonad. So this is what is about this particular sexuality in organisms. And last thing I am going to stress out here, this is testis. This testis is going to release sperm or spermatozoa. So ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮೆಟೋಗೋವಾನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. But the female is going to release the egg or the ovum. Egg ಅಥವಾ ovum ಅನ್ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So this ends your sexuality in organism. If you like this particular video, please subscribe, share, and like.